when and what kind of advice you would give to yourself in the past and why?
If you want to succeed in the project, be creative, think outside of the box always.
What is your biggest motivation in your work?
My biggest motivation, I never thought to work as like mission, something that I do that is for my passion basically, that I have in the computer engineering when I started with the 4-year graduation course. So that's how I started. So it's a passion about what I want to do as a job, because you have like 8 to 9 working hours and you put most of your days time on to your task, what you do. So I care more about the passion that I have in the current field. I love what I do every day, so I never get tired of it. So I would say if you are good or if you are passionate about something, you will never get tired of it. So, but I do believe every problem in the world can be solved through engineering, because I also believe like there is a solution for every problem, and it can be solved using either engineering, or it could be the medical problem, or it could be any stream, So there is a solution always. Probably it might not be 100% future proof, but it can be future proof if you keep working, because the technology is also evolving day by day. So I like the work that I do because it's also touching the end people's lives, right? Also, I would say I like this because it doesn't constrain me, to do only one type of work or just think about in one direction. So the software engineering is field for creative people. So you have to think out of the box. You need to be creative every day, to solve the problems. So that what kind of problem, it could be anything. It does not necessarily, you have to work on only this specific domain. Just let's say you have to work on health specific domain. No, it depends you. If you are also interested in something in digital marketing, or if you're also interested in the autonomous, companies, self-driving cars, there are like trendy tech, right, available. So you can switch very easily, for these domains, and you can contribute in several domains. So that's the reason, And if someone has passion, to do this, people will never get tired of it.
Thank you very much. So, Levan, my last question is going to be this: when and what kind of advice you would give to yourself in the past, and why?
Advice? Well, keep learning and learn from good, authentic resources. That's very important. Sometimes we read, we just search on Google and come up with tutorials. There are many get started information people has written, but those web pages sometimes are not updated to the latest, offerings that we have. So it's important to learn from the authentic resources. Some of the mistakes I did. That's why this is very particular I'm talking about. So next could be like, while transitioning from legacy, if you want to succeed in the project, be creative, think outside of the box always, because whenever people throw a problem to you and ask to get the solution, do not rush to get there. Think first before starting the project. This is something I learned when I started the career in India. So if you put efforts on thinking, you will come to know which is the better way of doing the solution, because there are always multiple ways of doing same thing. So it's very important, you think in creative manner. And while doing it, I would say it's also important, to take the full ownership of what you are doing for the project, and also not to avoid, to any risk. Basically, keep updating about your work to all the stakeholders in the team, so that everyone will be informed timely, and also if they foresee any risk, so the risk can be mitigated during the early stage. And also important to consider the others' perspective about what they think, because sometimes we feel like what we are thinking that's correct, but it doesn't hurt to know the opinions of other team members. So yeah, I think I would say brainstorming before starting project. If you have a problem, it's always good to have brainstorming with the team members. Yeah, probably these were a few things I would say. This advice probably I would give if I want to start my career from scratch. Maybe if I would be a beginner again to try my luck in the software engineering field.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Japan needs more foreigners to come to Japan to labor shortage. And I think the people who is looking to work in Japan. So your advice is going to be really helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hopefully, if any of these things will be helpful for engineers, for working in Japan, I would be grateful.
Thank you, Reva-san, for your time.
Thank you, Pumio-san. Have a good day.